please listen to this announcements. Our physics notes is totally available, which is given in the description box, friends. After clicking the link below, you will be directed to the instamojo.com site, which is very trustworthy site. Here I have already done purchases using this site, so it is totally foolproof. Even if there is any transaction glitches, technical glitches, your amount will be refunded, friends. Okay, if you have directed to this, once you get into this website, you can see that this is the notes. You can see that this is the notes, and the class, physics class from 1 to 18, a document of 24 MB. You have to click here, buy now, and give your name. See friends, there is no need to give your number. You can type 1 to 0, friends. So if you want to cancel your phone number, it's okay. Then you have to go for next. Then you can pay through UPI, credit card, debit card, net banking, wallets. You can also pay through Jio Money, MobiKwik, Ola Money. After your payment, you will be directed to this page. After the successful payment, you will get an page like this, where the payment shows it is successful, and you can, by clicking download here, you can start downloading the file. Also there is another option. If you go to your mail, you will get an mail from the Instamojo that you have paid your amount, and from here also you can download the files, friends. Okay, so I have already downloaded the file. Okay friends, okay, thank you. Okay, and also please listen to the videos which are uploaded in the Unacademy for CBT2 electrical electronic students. You can go through the network analysis classes are finished in CBT2, for CBT2 in academy.com. The link is also given in the description box. If anyone are interested, you can go through the link and listen to the classes which are taught by the Sunil sir. Thank you, friends. Welcome to the biology series of lectures. We have already completed 3 to 4 video lectures in biology. Today in this video, we are going to see nervous system. See, what is nervous system? We all know that nervous system consists of neurons, and all these neurons come together, forms parts like brain, spinal cord, and all the nerves. As this is the general understanding, but today we are going to see in depth. So what is nervous system? Thin layered like nerves are spread throughout the body, receives information from the organs and coordinates all the activities of the body. To carry out the activities of the organs in our body, nervous system plays very important role. Here, this nervous system acts as sensory organs as well as command commanding organs. See friends, from the receptors it receives the information, and this information is sent to the brain, and from there brain commands the organs to do a task, and it will be done by the organs. And this whole network is called nervous system. I have said it in a very layman way of language, friends. Okay. Now, this human nervous system consists of three functional subsystems: central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, autonomous nervous system. And mainly the basic structural unit and functional unit of nervous system is neuron. See, nervous system is made up of basic structural unit called neuron, friends. So this is the basic structure of neuron. Here, in this neuron, we can see that there is nucleus in the middle of the cell body of the neuron, friends. And neuron also has dendrites. These dendrites act as the mode of carrying the impulses towards the cell body. That is, see friends, the information from other neuron gets in touch with the dendrites, and through dendrites the information goes to the cell body, friends. And here if we see, this is axon. From axon the information flows this way, and from here the other cell body will be there, and other dendrites are attached to this axon terminal. From here the information is taken by these dendrites of another cell, and it goes to its nucleus, friends. By this way the impulses, that is information, is transferred from one neuron to the other neuron. Mostly these dendrites carry the information towards the cell body, whereas axon carries the information away from the cell body. In turn, it gives the information to the dendrites of the another cell. Okay, friends, there are other parts like myelin, node of Renwier, and Schwann cell, which you have to note here. And myelin is nothing but fat covering the axon, insulates and maintains the axon. Nodes of Renwier, where no myelin is present, we can see nodes of Renwier, friends. And the space between the axon and of one neuron and dendrites of the other neuron is called synapses. See friends, here as you see, here there are axon terminals which come in contact with the dendrites of other cell, friends. Dendrites of other cell. There will be a nucleus here. Okay, friends. And there will be a gap, clear gap between these axon terminals and dendrites of the other neuron. And this gap is called synapses. This gap is called synapses. In order to flow information, information will come from axon to dendrites. So the information which is going from axon to dendrites, it has to jump from the something like it have to jump from the axon terminals to dendrites, friends. The space between axon of one neuron and dendrites of the another neuron is called synapse. The electrical impulse should jump the synapse to get to the dendrite of another neuron from the earlier axon, friends. What is that impulse? Impulse is nothing but several chemicals come together and forms a neurotransmitters found in each neuron, friends. Cerebrum is the most developed part of the brain, friends. It is the center of wisdom, memory, willpower, movements of our muscles and limbs, and also the knowledge which it can also analyze logically, friends. And if you see here, the analysis and coordination of muscular movement received from sense organs via occipital lobe, it receives sensual reception. Through temporal lobe, it receives auditory reception. Through parietal lobe, it can feel touch, smell, and all the other senses. Thalamus is the center of the pain, cold, and heat. It can sense the through thalamus, our brain can sense the pain, cold, and heat. If we come to hypothalamus, hypothalamus controls the hormonal secretion of endocrine glands. It secretes neurohormones. By that, it controls the secretion of anterior pituitary hormones, also synthesis the posterior pituitary hormones, and controls their release into the blood. Okay, friends, this terminology will be little bit new to you. We will see endocrine system in the coming videos, so that you will know this endocrine system is very important in our body to control or alter the functions in our body, friends. See, unless and until uh, endocrine gland gives order to all the glands, no glands will function, friends. Okay, so we are going to see endocrine system soon. By then you will come to know. So as far as now you should remember that hypothalamus is the one which controls the endocrine gland, whereas endocrine gland controls all other glands in our body, friends. Okay, so this hypothalamus also secretes neurohormones which controls the pituitary hormones, friends. Okay, it is also the center of hunger, thirst, and temperature control of our body. Okay, friends, and hypothalamus also is very emotional. See, friends, what am I saying there? If I say that hypothalamus is the center of hunger, it doesn't uh, feel hunger. In the sense, our body feels hunger, and this is sensed by hypothalamus, or it is interpreted by the hypothalamus. We don't know that in our body, whenever there is an um, shortage of water level in our body, then we will feel thirst. How do we feel thirst, or how our brain knows that our body needs water? That work is done by hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is the one which recognize the water level in our body is going down, and it gives some sensation to our brain that I have to take water, something like that, friends. I hope you could understand this. And also, it is the sensory organ. We can say that it is the one which manifests the emotions in our life, friends. Hypothalamus is associated with emotions like love, hate, anger, joy, even blood pressure, and it also sees the water control in our body, friends. If you come to midbrain just controls the vision, friends. Hindbrain is the back of the brain, which is very sensitive as well as very important part of our brain, friends. See here, this part consists of cerebellum, pons varali, medulla oblongata. If you come to cerebellum is the part of the brain which controls our posture or equilibrium of our body. When you are cycling, friends, how does our body controls on the two wheels of the cycle? See, that equilibrium control is done by the cerebellum, friends. Okay, when you are walking on the rope, something like that. Okay, friends, for all the acrobats, the cerebellum works like anything, friends. It also controls the rapid muscular activities such as running, typing, gaming, talking, etc. We don't have a special control on that. We don't think that now I have to, when you are running, you don't think that okay, after the first left leg I have to take up the right leg and I have to push on the something like that. No, you will run automatically. How does this work? Even when you are typing on the keyboard, your muscular activities are already trained to type very quickly, and all these muscular voluntary movements is controlled by the cerebellum, friends. And now if we see pons varolai, it acts as a bridge carrying ascending and descending tracks between brain and spinal cord. It's just the mediator between the brain and the spinal cord. Now if we see medulla oblongata is regulating center of for swallowing, coughing, sneezing, vomiting. See, friends, all these activities which is going on in our body, which we don't have control, but this medulla oblongata has control. Something like, friends, the uh, what we can say, the swallowing of the food, peristaltic movement, which I have explained in the earlier videos. In digestion system, I have explained what is peristaltic movement. The food goes inside by the contraction and expansion of our esophagus, and this is controlled by medulla oblongata. The coughing, the sneezing, and vomiting, you can't control vomit. You can't uh, stress yourself to vomit now, or if vomiting is happening, you can't stop that. It is controlled by medulla oblongata, friends. It also controls involuntary functions of the body, though. That's what I have said. And extended as brain stem and continue as spinal cord. This medulla oblongata is at the part of the brain stem, friends, which we have seen that in medulla oblongata in the diagram. It connects and communicates the brain with spinal cord, controls complex activities, like it also does very very important, friends, heart actions, respiration, the cardiovascular actions. The heartbeat is done with the help of the medulla oblongata. It controls the heartbeat, and also the respiration of our respiratory system, lungs, it is controlled by medulla oblongata, friend. We'll see some one-liners. Brain and spinal cord is covered by membrane called meninges. Meninges, friends. This brain is already inside the cranium of the skull. We have seen that. Between the brain and the cranium, the upper membrane will be there on the brain, friends. And that membrane is on the brain as well as in spinal cord, and this is called meninges. And that fluid which is present inside the cranium is called cerebrospinal fluid, and this fluid is present around the brain as well as the spinal cord, friends. The main function of this cerebrospinal fluid is to absorb any any shock or jerk to brain or and spinal cord. It absorbs the, if somebody blows on your head, friends, then it takes the maximum impact and it saves our brain, friends. If there is any accident kind of thing, if you have run through the wall or something like that, then you will have a bump, and most of our that impact is taken by the cerebrospinal fluid, friends. It also helps in nutrition and excretion of neurons. It forms a media for supply of nutrition and removal of excretion of the neurons in the central nervous system, friends. Okay, the electric activity, this is very important, friends. The electric activity of the brain and cerebral cortex can be recorded through instrument called electroencephalograph. See, electroencephalograph is used to check the function of the brain and cerebral cortex, friends. Spinal cord. Totally 31 pairs of spinal nerves arise from the spinal cord. Coordinates, what does the spinal cord does? Spinal cord coordinates the coordinates and controls the reflex action of our body, friends, and it is also the center of the reflex action. This reflex action was actually discovered, the spinal cord reflex action is actually discovered by the scientist called Marshall Hall. Okay, friends, by this we have completed central nervous system, and the second one is called peripheral nervous system. See, peripheral nervous system, the nerves arising from brain and spinal cord, these are called cranial and spinal nervous nerves respectively. See, friends, this peripheral nervous system starts where central nervous system ends, friends. There is a connectivity from the central nervous system to the organs, friends. Okay, this connectivity is through the nerves. These nerves are of two types: cranial nerves, spinal nerves. These cranial nerves are almost 12 pairs, friends, and the spinal nerves are 31 pairs, friends. This you have to cranial nerves. The smallest cranial nerve is trochlear and largest is trigeminal in human beings. The sensory cranial nerves are olfactory nerves responsible for smell, optical nerves responsible for vision, auditory nerves responsible for hearing and equilibrium, friends. So these nerves are sensory nerves, friends. The cranial nerves are almost sensory nerves, and these directly connected to the organs like nose and eyes and ears, friends. By the way, these are accordingly named. So if we come to spinal nerves are mixed nerves, friends, and these have receptor nerves as well as effector nerves, whereas the cranial nerves are only receptor nerves. They will collect the information and gives that information to the brain. But spinal nerves are receptor nerves. It will collect the information as well as it commands, friends. It also effector nerves. Each spinal nerve joins the spinal cord at 2 points called roots, friends. That is, this if a spinal nerve is taken, this is connected in two sides of the spinal cord. One is dorsal root. Through dorsal root, it will sense the status, friends. Through ventral root, the command action is taken. Command information is sent, friends. Through ventral root, it is motor nerve, friends. Motor in the sense it will command to do something, friends. Okay, these spinal nerves are 31 pairs are present in human body, and this is of we have completed that is for the peripheral nervous system. Now we will see automatic nervous system, friends. Automatic nervous system usually operates without our conscious, friends. Without the involvement of our consciousness, this automatic nervous system will take place, friends. This is entirely motor, friends, in the sense there are no sensory receptors, only commanding is seen in the automatic nervous system. There are two parts of the automatic nervous system: sympathetic nerve system, parasympathetic nervous system. See, if you see sympathetic nervous system, these nervous system increases defense system of our body against adverse conditions. It is active in stress conditions. See friends, there are sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system comes to play at one situation. At the other situation, these parasympathetic nerves will comes to active state friends. Both are present, but one of them will be acting friends at one point of time. If you see, if there is a situation, very adverse condition, some people are coming to beat you, then you will get stressed, and you will be developing some hormones in our body like adrenaline friends. Adrenaline hormone uh, makes you to fight or fright. That is, fright means run away. Okay friends, either you will fight them or you will run away from that situation. For that, your muscles should be very strong, and there will be heavy blood flow in your body, and you will get energy. We don't know from where you will get the energy, but that energy is given to our body. At that time, sympathetic nervous system will comes to play friends, whereas parasympathetic nervous system provides relaxation, comfort, pleasure at the time of rest friends. In the sense, when you are relaxed, when you are at peace and you are relaxing at home, and every work is done of that day, and you thought of taking a short nap in the afternoon, then your body gets relaxed friends. At the time, what will be the changes we will see, but that rest, that pleasure at the time of rest is the thing uh, which is given by the parasympathetic nerves. At that time, from your eyes to your muscles, there will be some changes. That changes leads to the pleasure friends. Okay. So, what is the difference between sympathetic nerves and parasympathetic nerves? See, sympathetic, as I have told, that it is called an accelerator, as it releases adrenaline, friends. Adrenaline region. And parasympathetic is called inhibitor, since it releases acetylcholine, friends. Here, in at the time of that situation, it stretches the pupil of our eyeball, friends, whereas parasympathetic nerves makes the pupil to contract, friends. It reduces the secretion of the salivary glands, increases the secretion of the salivary glands, reduce the speed of the contraction and relaxation of the intestine, friends. It increases the contraction and relaxation of the intestine, that is peristaltic movement, friends. And it narrows the blood vessels, friends. It widens the blood vessels except the coronary vessels, friends. Okay. So sympathetic nerve system comes to the action at one situation, whereas parasympathetic nerves comes to action at relaxed situations, friends. Okay. by this we have completed by this we have completed, friends, nervous system. Okay friends.